Tyler Perry has done great things for the black theater, for the black cinema, for the black television, and for the black movies. Sure. And everyone should appreciate that. But more and more these days, people are saying there's an issue here. The issue being many seem to have the idea that the movies are generally the same kinds of things we see all the time. There's a pattern. We can predict the movie beginning, middle, and end. They're mostly about relationships and what can happen as a result of different things going on in those relationships. So it's an issue for people these days that Tyler Perry is writing, producing, and directing all by himself all the time. So is this a real problem? Is it something that we should be that riled up about or approaching being riled up? It got me thinking that let's take a look at some of the different parts of this equation here to see if we can come up with some solutions for Mr. Tyler Perry, possibly, to see whether both he and his willing audience can be satisfied and we can reach a compromise. So that's what this video is about today. So on the topic of his writing, producing, and directing, why does he prefer to do that most of the time or all of the time? Is it for creative control? It's something he's been used to for a long time, beginning with the stage plays, through the television shows, through the movies, and all the way till current. Is it because he prefers to work by himself most of the time? Is it because he prefers not to take direction from others? Is it because of the cost of hiring the people who would fill the roles of writer, producer, and director? At this stage of the game, with his owning a studio, I wouldn't think the cost would be an issue. And I wouldn't even think that that would be an issue even prior to now. It appears to be more a thing whereby he prefers to work by himself and do what he feels has been tried and tested and what he feels has been productive in the past in terms of the box office and reception of people. So yes, so the solution here for some audience members, bring in some other people. That's what the audience is saying that bringing in other people can spice things up a bit, can make things more exciting. Is Tyler Perry willing to do that? Time will tell. Let's move on. So what some people say they want to see a variety of stories, not just regarding relationships. They also want to see different film genres like action, horror, sci-fi, and other kinds of things. Not a bad thing to ask for, but will these people go out and watch these kinds of productions on television or in the theaters or as a live stage play? Will they be comfortable to see those kinds of stories? Will they be comfortable to see cast that is non-majorly African American? These are questions people have to ask themselves when they say they want something. Sometimes when you are producing for a niche, you tend to want to produce the same kind of material because the niche is thirsting for that kind of material. So what the solution to some audience members out there is right now is that Tyler Perry needs to come up with different kind of things. And I think he has attempted to do that. If you look back on some of the movies that have been released, he's tried to infuse some other day-to-day kinds of stories into the mix, but apparently still not enough for some. So we have a solution here also. Tyler Perry, if you're listening, they say they want some other kinds of genres of films from you. Mix up the cast a little bit more. When you look into this matter a little bit deeper, the issue here that people are pointing out is something that maybe wasn't an issue before, but as usual, sometimes when you see the same things all the time, you want something new. Now, it's a niche, it appears, what Tyler Perry has been trying to appeal to, which is the African American audience, primarily so. And therefore, and most of the stories that come out are going to be on relationships. And that is what has tended to be something that was well received, especially during the onset of the films from Tyler Perry. And it was a matter of if it's not broken, no need to fix it. But apparently, people are now saying that it's getting almost broken or it's broken and you have to fix it. So that's just something that I wanted to point out here. The niche, it appears, has to be broadened, changed, mixed up, diversified, and so on and so forth to make people happy again. Make people happy again. The only hope with this is that these same people who are asking for the change will support a change when the change is made. So one of the many positives of the Tyler Perry machinery is that he has kept a lot of African American actors and all the other people that he uses apart from being a writer, producer, and director. He's keeping these people employed. He's giving them ample opportunity to get work anytime there's a new production, whether it's in television, on stage, or in a movie. And so that is a positive thing that people, I think, need to bear in mind as they make their own suggestions and observations about the kinds of stories that they're seeing from Tyler Perry. I mean, I saw something from somebody who said, I cannot give you an additional 2 hours of my time, Mr. Perry. And I understand from that person's perspective, but that 2 hours of time that you're giving the Tyler Perry film has come about by the employment of many people who made up the cast, as well as time and effort put into it. So, like I said earlier on, we're looking for a compromise, a win-win situation so that the audience is happy, Tyler Perry is happy, and the box office is happy too, because it's all about the numbers eventually, isn't it? Moving forward, let's see how Tyler Perry takes on these suggestions made by his passionate and discerning audience who want to still be there to support, but want to support while seeing something different, a change. Not a drastic change. They want to see the same stories once in a while, but mixing it up. We're hoping that we get a situation where all sides are happy and satisfied, and like I said, a win-win situation. Thank you very much for listening to this topic today. This is K Spotlight, and we look forward to seeing you on another video that we put out. Thank you so much. Till next time, take care.